discretion. Okay, it's called Douyin, and this is a trend that's been recently trending on Douyin, where many of these young African international students, they're coming to these Chinese universities and they're funding their female study partners. I think that is actually the official title. This is also one of the incentives that these Chinese universities are offering to these young African students. They said that if you come to this school, even if you don't speak any Mandarin Chinese, we can help you so that you can navigate your way through life in China. This will help you with adapting to the Chinese language and the culture. So they have these special young female tutors. We're talking 18 to 22-year-olds that can help you with studying, that can help you with your Mandarin Chinese lessons, and that can help you with various other things. And obviously, they do a lot more than just studying. And then many of these black men, they're posting these videos and photos on social media. They're showing off their 18-year-old Chinese girl that's their study partner at the universities. They're saying that, oh, look, I made it in China. I found myself an Oriental girl. And many of these Chinese guys at these local universities, these 18 to 22-year-old Chinese guys, they're absolutely losing their mind. How do I know this? Well, I can tell you.
So, as you see in that video, how this guy is talking about why the Chinese government, stop bringing uh, African students into their country. You know, I'm not sure they stop completely bringing them. Like they put it into zero intake. Maybe they just cut it off by 90%, I believe. And as the guy said, the reason why is because this our brothers, they went to China and start tangling with the Chinese ladies. You know what I mean? And I think he might be one of the. I think the guy is right because Chinese, they have they implemented this single child policy they did last time, which made like there shortage of women in their country, and the men are struggling to find women, and this our brothers from Africa, students, they started involving with their messing up with their their women. You know what I mean? And because I think another part is because they are black. Because if we like some white people went to China and start doing stuff like that, they might not have many problems with that. But because Africans, we know that most of the time, other group of people they don't like our color so much. But sometimes I blame our people as well because the way we move abroad sometimes is not good. Everything we want to put it on social media. You know what I mean? You don't see other group of people. You don't see white men going to China, and they're taking videos, making videos with Chinese women, stuff like that, putting it online, stuff like that. They move, they move differently than the way our African men move. You know what I mean? We're supposed to look at how other people move and start moving that way. It does, even if you're going out to, Indian woman or Chinese woman or Philippine, it shouldn't be everything online. You know what I mean? You shouldn't put it out for people to see. You can still do it without putting it out. But our people, we like to show off. And when we talk about showing off, is like we would like to show off to our own people. Because this stuff we are putting online, we are just some of our men are putting online, to show off for their own friends back home in Africa, like to prove that they're in another level. You know what I mean? This is not good because sometimes it attracts attention, and sometimes it's bad attention it attracts. And this is not only in China. Even our African men in Europe as well. When they are in Europe, you see a lot of them putting out their video or pictures of them with a white woman. You know what I mean? But when a white man goes to Africa, he doesn't put it often like that. You don't see them putting it off. It's not like they don't do it. They don't go to Africa and entangle with our women, or even our women going to Africa and entangle with our men. But they do it. They move quietly. There's no point to show off with this stuff like that because it attracts. It will attract people that doesn't like you. To it will trigger them. Maybe some of them might think like you guys have taken over their women, and it will bring a backlash, like we see in China now, where they cut off the intake of foreign students. You know what I mean? So I think we should know how the African men abroad should move differently, quietly. You know what I mean, and do whatever you wanna do. Peace.